Hello, this is some guy in Hawaii with a quick tip on using units to increase city stability in Humankind. Stability is a measure of public order and is roughly analogous to happiness in other games like Civilization. 90% stability or above is defined as settled and it's ideal with a higher chance of positive versus negative events. Read up on events to understand what those are. It also generates +2 influence per population. Now, influence is used to found outposts in cities and act or change civics by wonders. Influence also, however, acts like culture in Civilization 6 in that higher influence cultures exert cultural pressure on neighboring lower influence cultures. This can force the lesser influence culture to periodically adopt the higher influence culture's civic policies or suffer penalties. It can lead to population migration from the lower influence culture to the higher, and it can provide justification for demands to annex territory and or go to war. So there's this interplay between stability, population, and influence, at least in the early game, and stability is a mechanic we need to understand, a resource we need to manage, because the moment we drop below 9% stability, our city becomes strained. Influence per population drops to +1. It's cut in half, and we now have an equal chance of positive and negative events. Below 30% stability, the city becomes mutinous, and all sorts of really bad things can happen. No influence per population, no district building, population desertion, and a higher likelihood of negative events. So, if we scroll down the Humankind wiki page on stability, right there at the top up, stability effects on a city is +5 stability per unit standing on a city's main plaza. Now, 5 to 20 points or more, if we have perks to army stack size, can make a difference in many situations in the early game, because being able to keep our city settled vice strain makes a big difference in early game influence. Okay, how much this matters as the game progresses depends on how much influence generation we get from population versus other sources. If we have a firm handle on the stability mechanic in the later game and gameplay in general, as we learn the game, the balance becomes less of an issue. There are no player adjustments to any mechanics above the default Metropolis difficulty settings. Okay. Nevertheless, the ability to tweak stability by up to 30 points without building something is a handy tool. Again, it depends on the game and your playstyle, but if we are not using the unit or units and need that stability boost, we have this option. And as stated earlier in the video, in an earlier video rather, it can also save unit upkeep. Okay, and that's it. If you like this content, leave me a like, a comment, consider subscribing. Come check me out on twitchtv.com/SamoGuy in Hawaii. I stream at least 3 times a week. And as always, stay safe and thanks for watching.